of Nigerian youth have staged a protest in Abuja calling for the immediate release of popular social media critic Martin Ose, popularly known as Very Dark Man. The protesters, who marched from the headquarters of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission to the premises of the bank where he was arrested, and then to the National Human Rights Commission, held placards with different messages demanding for the immediate release of the social critic. The protesters, who declined speaking to journalists on camera, say the arrest is unjust and are demanding transparency from the authorities as well as intervention from the National Human Rights Commission. Very Darkman was reportedly arrested on the 2nd of April in a joint operation involving the Department of State Services, the EFCC, and the Nigeria Police, and he is currently said to be in the custody of the EFCC.
All right, so let's talk about this Very Dark Man saga over the past weekend. He was picked up at a GTBank branch in Abuja, I think, while he was out there to protest some kind of deduction or fee deduction, illegal fee deductions from his bank account,
from
the
his
mother's
bank account. Yes,
right. And one thing led to another. He's been locked up since then for a whole 48 hours. EFCC never made a statement. As of today, I think they've made a statement that he's been arrested for many petitions. But the thing that most people are frowning at is the manner in which he was is it inhumanely, right? Arrested or abducted, or abducted or kidnapped, as Nigerians like to call it, for the past 24 hours. What's your take on this situation, sir?
Yeah, there's a kidnap. I disagree with that description. I'd rather go for abduction. That anyway it's been abducted in the last few hours.
There's a difference in abduction and kidnapping.
I'm just playing around words there.
Okay.
Yes,
I get
it. Yeah. Well, the truth of the matter is that we would do everything possible at our stable to celebrate Nigeria when it does what is good. Instead of going after Very Dark Men, how about these people that creamed Nigerians of over 1 point
CBEX.
Yes, 1.3 or 1.3 trillion naira. The excitement should be on there. The excitement of EFCC and the Nigerian system should have been on how to hold Yahya Bello accountable. I do not get it. I do not get it. It's so, for example, you see, let me give you an insight. For example, somebody attempted getting me assassinated in Nigeria. I outed the person. Today, I was told that this person submitted what's it called? A petition against me. I've checked with those I should check with in Nigeria. I think she is a joker. But instead of going after that individual who tried to get me assassinated for minor royal rumble, you are carrying on, you are bifurcating the throne of a king. I am a kingmaker. My job as a kingmaker is to provide checks and balances.
Even to scrutinize that situation.
To scrutinize that institution. This is the democratic component of royalty in Nigeria, in Yoruba land. And just because I said, oh, this is not right, the king cannot be on the throne, and the child is also demonstrating instincts of tyranny. And then you said people should go and kidnap me and throw me into the creek in Ondo State. And then I exposed all that. And everything I predicted they wanted to do had played out. And somebody said I should come and provide proof that that person actually wanted to assassinate me. Do you see how dumb and stupid and foolish some of our people can be when they argue? So my dead body, I should have allowed myself to be killed before, first. Since then, dead body will not talk, will not say anything. my body, like that of Delegiwa was the proof of his assassination. Like that of Baba Bolaige was the proof of his assassination. Like that of Olaya Fagbamigbe was the proof of their gross killings. This is what you find. A poor person was screamed off of our hard-earned money. We're talking of an insignificant amount of money that will not make a big deal to the CEO of GTBank here. So they said maybe 20,000 naira. Is that what? Because they said it looked like, oh, VDM's mother actually got that loan. And the argument here is that she did not. And we have seen how, yes, we have seen how hard-earned money often disappear from people's bank accounts in Nigeria. And so this guy leveraging his influence as an influencer. Now, yes, there may be some disagreement about disrupting maybe activities in the bank, but let me tell you, extraordinary craze would demand extraordinary containment. So whatever VDM has done there may not really warrant the big stick they have wielded. So they said, you see, everybody is saying this is being held for political dissent. It could be true, because look at the ambiguity in the police response to this. Oh, there have been several petitions against him. From who? For what? But the immediate context here is the fact that the mother was defrauded allegedly, and he went there to demand.
Let me inject your thought with this, sir. There is on the screen I have Body of Christ free VDM. There's speculations that one of the petitions that is being arrested for was that of Mercy Chinwo, who filed because VDM was also poking his nose into this matter between Mercy Chinwo and a record label boss, who she accused of holding a lot of royalties, hundreds of thousands of dollars of royalties back. That case is also with the EFCC. Ever since then, VDM had been dragging the EFCC, to be honest. So he uses his mouth on social media to drag people. So there's a lot of interest in quote unquote VDM, whatever that is, a human being, a brand.
So, what they should focus on, is it wrong for civil society to be involved with holding people account or institutions account, holding them to certain standards? These are components of democracy. If you want Nigerians to own this democracy and you do not want it to be a failure, already it's showing in the kind of apathy experienced when there is voting in Nigeria. The common folks who should really celebrate and make democracy a kind of happenstance, they are not excited about it. But when you do this now, you worsen the situation.
Okay, so sorry to be interjecting, right? There's another speculation, not speculation this time. This is a fact. VDM said.
Can you pause a little? We are enjoying. Sure. I mean, we are experiencing a kind of
like a heat. Okay.
In the flow.
Sure. Am I back?
Not yet.
Not yet. I'm not back yet. Uh-oh. Is it me? Maybe it's him. I think it's him. It's him. All right. Look, we engage before he comes back. Let's see if he can come back. All right. Can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me? Let me know if you can hear me. I think it's him. He's out now. Yeah. He probably got a call. So again, this case, I just didn't get the time to come on amount of prestige to come and dissect this. Like you said, Marriott, who just said that? It's Marriott. Marriott said this story get K-leg. Naturally, as for normal, okay? This case of this last weekend is not about VDM. It's about every single one of us. You know, it's about every single one of us. Because anybody can get picked up just because you run your mouth. And anybody can be deemed running their mouth by people who don't like dissent. Okay? So, or people that don't like freedom of speech. And we know that the authorities, the powers that be in Nigeria, they don't like the fact that you have the freedom to run your mouth. So VDM in this particular context is everybody. But now, because VDM has a past, as in like a very, very recent past, right? As in like the last few videos, let me even see if I can find some of them. Like the last few videos of him running his mouth heavily against government agency. Not just against government agency, we're talking about the EFCC, we're talking about the Tinubu, but with very, very, very strong statements. Okay, statements like, I have people inside of the EFCC. Okay, I hope he can come back. Maybe he got disconnected completely, right? Like cases like, things like, I have a mole inside of the EFCC, and I quote, VDM said this himself. If you're saying things like that, Marriott, help me out here. Are you not crossing the line, right, of potential criminal behavior? I don't know if I can just say I have a mole inside of FBI and they're not listening to me. Even the one I just said right now, even though it's in quote, they will check if it's quote. They're listening every time. Yes, here in America too. Yeah. So what is you guys take on this? Right? He has a past. It is absolutely wrong for them to kidnap him or abduct him in that way. Nigeria needs to do better. When it's time to, Nigeria needs to do better. When you want to arrest, it's okay to arrest a person because of petition if they haven't answered to a call. By the way, they said they sent multiple. EFCC has come out and said they sent multiple invitations to him. Okay.
What happened to us?
You got disconnected. We were all live. We're still talking here, but you got disconnected somehow, some way. Your internet got disconnected. Are you back?
Right.
I think you're coming back.
Really?
All right. So I carried on the show. But
good. That's very professional. And so I hope people who are saying, oh, who is the professional and who is not professional, would see what it means to be professional here.
You mean who is a professional journalist?
Yes, and who is not.
All right.
You can train yourself and excel at anything. So that containment in Nigeria has to stop.
Let me bring you up to speed, sir.
Yes.
This is what we're talking about. VDM has a past, not just a past. Me and you have a past too, right? We're talking about a very, very right. We're talking about a very, very, very recent past, as in like few videos ago, as in like probably 1 or 2 videos ago. VDM with his own mouth said he has a mole inside of the EFCC office that tells him everything. At what point does going in that direction crossing criminal?
That is the typical Nigerian braggadocio. But it is not.
So all of us can just run our mouth and say we have moles inside of DSS and EFCC.
Don't you know the way the average Nigerian speaks? Would talk. It's called Shakara Lojeba Sela Nikula Pokuti. So he would talk as if, oh, he can really snuff your very essence out of you now, your very existential stuff out of you now. But you go there. It is empty boast.
Okay, so we want to pick you up. We want to pick you up first before we find out if it's empty boast or not. we want to find out if we will find out if it's empty boast or not, but we're not going to take the chances.
That he has a mole there. Of course, there are things we also say. You see, let me tell you, we have different canons as Nigerians from community to community on how to hold people to account. For example, in a place like Akure or Baile or Ekutiland, there is something that is called CB. During festivals, non-citizens are outed and they are parodied, they are satirized through songs and what have you. See, events that have happened all year round. So this idea of holding people to account is not strange to us as Africans. It is that thing that is in our DNA as people that, so innate with us that, we have certain practices, certain what's it called? Certain morals that says that, oh, democracy is not strange to us. So when people bring this up in
Mm-hmm.
national space to hold people to account, it does
Mm-hmm.
not really. Can our people just afford themselves some moments of self-defecation? You see, we make Nigeria dull when we clamp down. We have the excuse to clamp down on everything that force the citizens to
That look like free
understand that.
speech.
Oh,
Okay.
yes, that it is happening here in Nigeria. So where is the Nigerian exceptionalism? Where is the Nigerian peculiar situation, peculiar character and form? We want to kill all these things. Please allow the average Nigerian to breathe. Allow the average
Let
Nigerian
the
to
poor
contribute,
breathe.
like Tinubu will put it. But beyond that, breathing for the, breathing for the poor, you
Mm-hmm.
must allow for people to use whatever tool is available to them to pursue justice and fair play and fairness. I do not get it that an old woman will be defrauded by
Let,
a
let me
system.
let me inspire your
Done.
train of thought, sir.
Yes.
There's a comment from Marriott. Marriott she's a lawyer by trade. Um,
Thank you, Marriott.
yeah. So
Thank
Marriott
you.
says, has he crossed the line? He could be saying that as a professional street journalist. There's no
Simple.
crime saying you have sources in government agencies. What are these petitions? And then she goes on. She says,
It can be better said than the way
hold
our
on.
attorney at law, Marriott, is putting it.
One last line. She said, yes, uncle, source is not a mole. And then she says,
Simple.
where have these petitions been? Please, what are they about? And then Beyond Beauty, who is another one of my G's, Jum said, I disagree with this uncle. Please, this uncle is my uncle, the I chief Odopetu of Aide Ogbese.
Thank you.
Please tender with respect. I should speak. Oh,
It's
yeah.
all right. It's appreciated. Thank you so much. Yes.
All right. So this is High Chief Oladimeji Abitogun. This is my actual uncle. All right. So what do you? I just wanted to inspire your train of thought, that direction you're going with Marriott's point of view. What can you talk? Because Jum says you can't talk anyhow and make allegations you can't prove. Say
When
something to
did
that,
it
sir.
become, who defines talking anyhow? What is talking anyhow? It is nothing other than what has come upon us in a postmodernist situation and post-Trump situation, that ordinarily should pass for free speech, free expression, or freedom of expression, is now being mischaracterized as a crime, and that you are talking anyhow. Who says somebody is talking anyhow? We do not talk anyhow. Nigeria got messed up. So when we do not, when we now hold back this talking anyhow, we think Nigeria will be the better for it. No, we
I have
must
a
be able
question,
to
sir.
we must be able to put our affluent word on the check through individual efforts and collective efforts. That is, embracing the fabrics of our strong institutions, and then individual efforts, initiatives too.
You know, I am on sabbatical from live shows at Man of Prestige.
That's right.
I've been on it for like a week now, and I'm not ready to come back. And you're about to force me to come back with this topic, but I'm
Well,
not coming back.
so if we are able to move your hand, then we have achieved something. If we are able to move you back to to appear on the show, we have been able to achieve something. That is the essence of what we do.
Personally, I think it's always wrong to abduct or kidnap anybody. You have to read their rights to them. You have to expressly read their rights to them.
Especially state abduction, state
Aha.
kidnapping.
It has to be done properly.
You frown at it when non-state actors do this. You frown at it. Oh, Boko Haram is wrong. That what's it called? X-Men are wrong. But who is setting the standard? It's just like when people talk about fake news. I said, spare me this ugly campaign about something against who is most guilty
against fake news.
The most guilty about fake news or fakery is the person that originated the phrase. He was the one that was always pushing it on our face, every lie. And look at the matter that was that was handled by the New York court that said that upheld the fact that he was involved with his what's it called, tabloid magnate friend, about planting stories everywhere. It is, this is a no pattern with this individual who originated fake news. By the end of the day, even governments who get involved actively, deliberately, on purpose, with acts of propaganda, which in itself is nothing other than trafficking in misinformation, disinformation, and deliberate whatever. And sometimes, if you see active propaganda by government, maybe 20%, 10%, 5% may be true. Every other thing is
let me say this. Let me say this, sir.
And then they come around and say, "Oh, the citizens are guilty." Where are the citizens getting the inspiration?
No, it is not. He's not guilty yet until. But we have to. Okay, so I think they are picking. Correct me if I'm wrong, sir. They are picking him up first, and then they will now charge him. I think they're about to charge him. They already have the order now to keep him for 14 days. Hold on, sir.
These people.
One second, sir. One second, sir. So they already have an order now to hold him for at least 14 days. Well, I think they will charge him in about 2 days. And no, it's not. We don't. It's innocent until proven guilty, sir. But there are petitions, and they are saying that he's being arrested because there are multiple different petitions, not just to EFCC but also to the DSS, and also they are saying that, you know, they're not saying he's a criminal yet. They're just trying to find out if he's a criminal. And I have a question for you, sir. If I have the natural urge to laugh at him that they picked him up, because I don't agree with the picking him up personally, that's my principle. But if I have a natural urge to laugh at him, is that criminal on my part, sir?
It will be criminal on your part, just that you should be aware of the heights of all this pick up or picking up, because it is the storm today. It is the storm today. It may be yours tomorrow.
Exactly.
Not just cause. I have been there before.
Exactly.
You know, of course, you know the story too well that in politics I would have done very well. People love me, folks love me, but I also afford myself, oh, is this true love? It could not be true love, because for doing nothing before, there were times, there was a time I got arrested alongside the local government chairman. I served. I was this personal assistant. You remember now? And I was on false allegation. I was arrested for attempted murder. For attempted murder, something that never happened. Of course, the case never went anywhere. I do not even know how they handled it. But the truth of the matter is that the man that I served, who was the local government chairman, Mr. Edo, wanted to be, well-known individual that would not hurt any fly, you know, was falsely accused, and I was picked alongside him.
Alongside?
Yes, and I knew it was wrong.
It can be anybody.
That was the day I said in 1997, I will never ever be involved in active politics anymore in my life. And since then, I've never looked back.
Wow.
Back. Yes. Wow. Because it never happened. Some politicians came very early in the morning. They took money from us. As the personal assistant, I personally was the one giving each of them 4,000 naira for the DPN primary, local government primary election, or local government primary. And then in a few minutes after, everybody queued on. People are just eating akara with us, who are just taking 4,000 naira each from us. They just queued behind the man that later became the local government chairman, Mr. C.O. Oluwateru. With due respect, my own big uncle as well. He later became deputy governor of Ondo State, and later Nigeria's ambassador to somewhere, to Uganda, you know. And they voted for him, and we were thinking about, these people just took money from us. So our supporters, our boys started saying, okay, you need to refund the money that is still in your pocket. And then the whole thing took a different turn. These people said, Olele tó bá wọ bẹ́ẹ̀ kọ́ ò lè jáde mọ́. We have taken this money, it's never coming back to you. Now I would laugh about, even then I was just laughing that politics can be very funny. You know, me, I came from a radical activism background from the university, even up to that moment. Everybody knew I was a radical in politics.
In university, yeah, even after.
When I saw all those things, I'm like, no, politicians are,
it's not worth it.
They are a strange breed. They will mess anybody. Yes, they will compromise you, they will mess you up. And then I said, oh, if I could be arrested, big picture of this funny character, when they wanted to take money from him, and he resisted. Those people said, so he said he will kill himself, he will commit murder. But he lifted himself up. Nobody held him when he was coming back from the air. And then he landed his bare buttocks on, what's it called? On the paved road at Obaradeshida Road in Akure. And probably suffered some broken stuff to his pelvic or his joint. And then
I saw some discourse throughout the course of the weekend, right? I think it's because we want to round up now. We run out of time. Right. I think it's very important to.
Sorry, but there are funny things.
No, you're right.
In public space in Nigeria and all over the world.
Yeah, you see, your great uncle Fagbamigbe lost his life to this type of craziness in Nigeria. This didn't start yesterday. It's just that we have the internet age, and now all eyes are on them.
You remember that August 13, 1983. Late Honorable Olaya Fagbamigbe wrote the police that he was going to be assassinated. He was going to be. They did nothing. August 16, 1983, he got murdered. He got assassinated. And then, even before he got killed that day, he was on the phone to the then Commissioner of Police on those states. The Commissioner of Police said, oh, everywhere had gone all right. And that if he could find his way to Okuta Elerila, the then State Police Command Headquarters, so the man just dropped the phone and he said, I have been betrayed. The whole NPN federal government machinery that was supposed to guarantee the safety of his life and property failed him. And then he got axed down, his collar bone got axed, and then he was burnt.
Yeah.
So this man who had 13th August, he would be killed. Who got killed? What other proof? So they just needed his body before they took action to make sure that they prevented that. And so when one imbecile, an idiot, started mouthing this nonsense in the radio, they said that, oh, I should provide proof that somebody wanted to assassinate. I was the one who saw the assassins, and then you were telling me that I should have been thrown into the creek in Eseldo as a kingmaker before I ran away from Nigeria, or before I mentioned what the crazy Olori wanted to do to me. No, I will stay alive and fight these people and not allow myself to be sacrificed like a dog to Ogun. So the same thing, when they come after youths who are opinionated, who think they have to be proactive to make sure that Nigeria works for all of us, or for the world in which we live in. And then all you want to do is to make sure that the society demonizes them. So you saw Farrot in his interview with Sheon Okinbaloye on CNN last night. Sorry, on the Channel television, not CNN. Channel television.
It's on my watch. It's on my watch later. I haven't had a chance to watch it yet.
Oh yes. So I mean, using the system that people do not trust so much to also put the system on trial and see how far we can go. This did not just start today. It is in Nigeria that somebody will go and kill a monkey.
Let me interject so we can round up, sir.
Sorry, but we'll bury the remains in the back of his house, and then we'll go and alert the police or whatever that a human remain has been buried, and then you find a whole community facing what's it called, pogrom and genocidal action for false information. We need to tread with care in Nigeria so that we don't turn our citizens against
the keyword phrase is with care, because the other side of the argument are making the weirdo same from a weirdo angle. They are making the same argument they're making the same case for why he was picked up because they don't want to take any chances. In fact, you had people going as far as saying,
in the
hold on,
final
sir.
analysis.
Hold on, I'll let you go, sir. In that same breath, they're saying that why are youth going to protest because of ordinary VDM? They're saying there are bigger issues, and I'm like, that is a big issue. People getting picked up because they have an opinion is a big issue. You can't do that.
See, yeah, they're making us to laugh now, some comic relief with that kind of view. But let me also tell you, isn't it also disturbing that because of this one wrong pick, you see the reports of I don't know what to believe. Some things you don't trust on social media, but you see the run on GTBank, what allegedly that people are withdrawing and doing stuff as a form of protest. We don't know if it is true or not. But if it is true, people should look at the cost of one wrong turn for a nation, one wrong misjudgment on the part of.
Let me say this to that, sir. Let me say this to that.
Yes.
It's the same thing as there's Black Lives Matter protests going on, and you're now talking about looting. That's the job of the law enforcement. That should not one should not distract the other.
We are not talking of looting now. No, okay. I don't think there's any report of looting. It's about people closing their account, saying we don't want to ban.
But they have the right to do that.
It is true, but what does that mean? In an attempt, this overzealous demonstration of, we want to arrest VDM, then economic
sabotage, on their part.
Yes, unintended consequence, which is economic sabotage. And who is precipitating it? Government agencies.
Yeah, the government agencies, the organizations.
Yeah, but you know what? I have this infinite and supreme confidence on the Nigerian system. And I know that because I have been interacting since I got wind of this year person submitting what's it called?
Maybe we can bring that to your next special because we have to run.
So what I'm saying is that I've been interacting with people at the highest level in the Nigerian police, DSS, and what have you. Right. From my interactions with them, I know that they will give the right call. They will let VDM go and let him continue to influence the social space the way it's been doing. It's not harming anybody other than to make sure that we have an improved and better brand as a country. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. VDM running his mouth is content for people like me. They should allow him to run his content in peace. Let him brief. Allow him. There's no need to pick up people that have opinions.
He runs his mouth. Runs his mouth, and then we can feed.
I run mine too. I rather he stay outside and run his mouth and counter him as much as I prefer that than him being picked up. Picking him up is a demonstration of you can pick up anybody because somebody made an allegation. And Nigerian security agencies are notorious for picking people up without doing proper investigations first. Before FBI or any type of body SEC pick up people here, usually it's over. They already did the investigation.
It's over. And it's watertight, airtight.
Done.
Bunch of evidence. It's done. It's done.
98% of the time is done. In Nigeria, only 2% of the time they just use to harass each other.
Arrest first and investigate later. Yeah. That cannot really recommend itself for serious people.
Yeah. Marriott says they should close itself. That means the account. I closed my GTBank years ago. I still have mine open. There's 1,000 naira in it. But every time I try to reopen, if I visit Nigeria, they say I have to go through processes to reopen it. But they send me a statement for 1,000 naira every month. I think it's okay to leave that with them, Abi. It lost its value. God help us. It has been there for 15 years, for 15 years.
Let it continue to be there, at least symbolically. It's holding place for you.
Maybe one day to come back up, sir. Maybe to just climb in value one day. It's go back to 69 naira per $1. No. The other way around.
We'll sit down with them and calculate whatever they have realized trading with that money. They can call for your rent to do that. But it's all right.
All right. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for hanging out. We had about 15 people hanging out with us throughout the show. Thank you so much for being here. Hit like, share, subscribe, follow, turn up your notifications. subscribe and turn up your notifications. We're here weekly on Mondays. We're here weekly on Mondays, and we drop videos multiple times during the week as well. So please make sure you're subscribed. Hopefully you've been enlightened, educated. We'll see you on the next one. Take care. God bless.